Safeguard, one of my favorite game modes in all of Call of Duty history, returned in Season 2 of Black Ops 7, and it's been out for a little bit. I've played a lot of it, and I have a lot of things to say about it. I'm going to try to get them out as fast as possible here. So without any further ado, this mode needs a lot of work. This mode was so much better in its previous iterations, and I'd love to see it return to that former glory. Because right now, the game mode is, for starters, way too short. The game is over before it begins. The pathway that you have to escort the robot through is just not long enough. It's never really interesting. The robot doesn't hop in and out of certain rooms or go up on height advantages or anything like that. It's always a very rudimentary, simple, easy to predict little route. And then it just walks too fast. It doesn't stay down long enough after you disable it. And the game mode's timer is inherently too short. And as the defending force, you can't push the robot back at all like you can in other sort of escort the objective game modes in other games. But with the routes being so short and the defending team not being able to push it back, it just isn't that hard to win as an attacking team. And it's not interesting to defend. The drop-off points aren't at any like interesting elevation or in some strange room or anything. There's really nothing to defending. It's not fun, it's not engaging. There's very little counterplay to it, and even if there was, there isn't enough time to really do anything. There's barely enough time to get 2 major field upgrade charges in a round. And the win condition is strange. It's really odd. Sometimes my team won't get the robot into the checkpoint and then it'll say victory because my team moved it further than the previous team. I don't remember that being in the original version, but even if it was, it's a bad idea. Defending should win by defending their point. Attackers should win by succeeding at attacking the point. I mean, the bugs aside, there are bugs that just say victory or defeat regardless of whether or not you won or lost. Sometimes you'll get a green text on the screen that says halftime, and then the game just ends. There's also an annoying sudden death period that appears that maybe I'm really stupid, but after hours and hours of playing the mode, I don't really know what activates the sudden death unless it's just the time limit's up and one person's still on the robot, which maybe that's what it is. Either way, if I can lose as a defender because the enemy team just got it further than my team got it last game, and the game doesn't tell me where that soft objective is, it doesn't tell me where that checkpoint is, where now they've just basically won no matter what they do because they got it farther than you did. It's so weird to have that be a condition that isn't shown in the game at all. There's no sound design for it. As far as I know, there's no announcer call for it. There's nothing shows you that that's occurring. And even if it did, doesn't matter. Now they've gotten it past the point that your team did. Now there's really no point in fighting for the win anymore. You can't win because they already got it farther. And I don't know what the thinking is here. Why not make this be a larger game mode? A game mode that takes longer to play. This game has enough short, casual game modes. This one should be longer. It should be multiple rounds, best of 3. Give us a long time limit, like 7 minutes to move the objective, and then put the actual checkpoint for the attackers to have to reach, put that deep into their enemy spawn so it's an actual fight, it's an actual give and take and push and pull. There's no tension, there's no drama, there's no UI or music or anything that kicks in when the enemy's closing in on the objective. It just feels very anticlimactic, half-cooked. It doesn't feel finished, it doesn't feel like a polished new game mode or even an improvement on the original version of the game mode. And it sucks too because I really like Safeguard. I love game modes where the objective moves through the map. I like Hardpoint, I like CTF, I like escort game modes, I like things where the objectives rotate, move through, whatever. So when you guys watch me live stream, I will play this game mode, but unfortunately, it's just lacking the depth and intrigue, and I'm wondering if the reason is that the game is too annoying. Now, this is funny coming from me talking about this game mode when this game mode originated in Black Ops 3, a game full of annoying bullshit, but maybe they played with a longer version of the mode, and it just gave people too many chances to get their field upgrades and have their tacticals and lethals just poured onto the objective, score streaks in the air way too often. I don't know. You have to remember, in Black Ops 3, you weren't guaranteed a lethal and tactical, so maybe they, when playing with all of the guaranteed lethal and tacticals in their playtest, were like, hey, this is really annoying. We actually don't want somebody to have to put up with this for 10 minutes. Also could be because of the longer time to kill, knocking multiple attackers off of the robot or taking defenders off of the point is a little bit more difficult. Maybe this is adjusted for the sort of skill inflation that we've had over the last like 10 years where the average gamer is just a little bit more aware and competent. So maybe they just thought it'd be a slog and just too much of a just absolute slugging match of just teams running headlong into each other and frustrating the ever-living shit out of each other. I don't know. I'd like to think that their time to kill, their lethal and tactical systems, the skill inflation of the last decade wouldn't like just make Safeguard not playable or not interesting. But aside from all of my balance concerns, honestly, this game mode just needs more UI elements, more announcer callouts for it. It needs polish. There needs to be some level of tension applied. There needs to be indications of where these checkpoints are, and the win condition screens telling you something is a victory or a defeat or whatever. That needs to be fixed because currently it's bugged. I've had it say defeat twice for me, and then it said that my team won, and I don't know what to do with that. As it stands right now, it's a nice change of pace, but it's currently sort of broken, unpolished, too short, and lacking the tension and depth of its previous iterations. That being said, I do want to do a video on how to play Safeguard and do some tips and tricks videos for different game modes. As I was typing up the idea for this video, I thought, hey, you know what? I should just do how-to guides for Domination and Search and Destroy and TDM and Kill Confirmed and just best class setups and strategies for dominating individual game modes. So I think I will do that starting with a Safeguard video coming soon. So stay tuned for me to do a Safeguard video. I'm also working on a weapon guide for the REV46 or the Rev46, the new SMG. I just did a video talking about how it sort of sheds a spotlight on some of the game's worst gunplay issues, which that video will be linked at the end of this one. But my next video on the Rev will be an actual gun guide, best class video. And also let me know what game modes I should prioritize when doing guides. Like, which game mode do you need the most help with? If there's a consensus in the comment section, I will make it a priority. Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you when I see you. Goodbye.